Hello, welcome to Finally Friday Slowdown. I'm Amanda. I'm the owner of Wild Flyer, and I post this slow flow / restorative class once a week on Fridays, and here in the Wild Flyer Yoga and Events page and on YouTube. So if you want to keep up with what's going on with Wild Flyer, we're going to be hosting some events and retreat in Costa Rica in 2022. So more info on that is to come. But I post this video once a week, and then we have a couple other ladies that post really awesome content in this group. So invite your friends to join, and if you know anybody that would be interested in yoga, and I sell all kinds of cool stuff in the shop. I've got an online store also. So check it out. It's all good stuff. Today's class is about the fullness of time and how, we're always like hear about, be here now and staying in the present and all that, but it is important to look to the past, and it is important to look to the future also. So how can we look to the past and learn from our mistakes, without beating ourselves up, while looking to the future and dreaming of what we could become, what our dreams and goals may be, yet also remaining grounded in the present, here and now. And I want to add too, with looking to the future, not future tripping, I like to call it, not always thinking about all what could go wrong, but thinking about all that could go right. So there's a way of looking to the future without it being a negative thing, and there's a way of looking to the past without it being a negative thing, and staying grounded in the present. So, realizing that you're powerful, like if you didn't realize that, you wouldn't be showing up today. What would be the point even, So focusing on our back body as our way of taking an honest look at the past and of learning about how we may have done better, while opening up our front bodies as a way of symbolizing the fact that we have acknowledged our own truths, and we're looking forward, and we're open to new possibilities, and dreaming new dreams, and just continuing to grow. Yet staying anchored in the present through balanced action, and finding that place of equanimity, that place where you just know. You don't need somebody else or something else telling you it's okay or telling you what to do. You look towards yourself for the answers, because you know deeply inside yourself. You're so grounded and so rooted, yet you're also free and flexible. You're able to navigate life's twists and turns with ease and grace. So we're going to get started on our mat. So go ahead. For this class, you'll need some props. You'll need a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can make one out of a pillow and a towel. You just roll a pillow up with a towel. And you'll need a chair that you can pull over to your mat, a strap, which I don't have a strap, so I found this long sarong. It can be a belt, so there's anything, you could a tie, anything. And a couple blankets. I actually just have pillow shams, but you can get, anything you want to use, towels, blankets. And go ahead and make your way over to the mat. We're going to start in cat-cow, just get a nice opening. Inhale, looking up, dropping the belly, and moving from the back body. Exhale as you push the earth away, drawing the back up towards the sky, and then inhale, let it sink. Now think of pulling the heart forward as you look up. Exhale, creating that space of equanimity. Moving equally with each inhale and exhale. Move into Ujjayi breath. Have the eyes gently closed. If you don't know what Ujjayi breath is, it's a slight constriction in the back of the throat. It sounds similar to the ocean. Thinking about your back as you move. It draws upward. And inhale one last time. This time hold it. Pull your heart forward. Squeeze your pelvis. Squeeze your navel. And then release to a neutral spine. Bring the knees wide and the toes together and send the hips back and come into a child's pose. Rest the forehead on the mat. Inhale and fill up the back body. And then exhale, melt the heart to the earth as a symbol of your openness, your release of all that stagnancy. Inhale, come up to all fours. And then tuck your toes and hover your knees for a moment. Make sure your wrists are right under your shoulders. And press your palms, your finger pads into the mat so that the tips of your fingers are slightly raised, and then claw the mat. Lift up through the shoulders. Let the belly hang. And press the knees back. Lift up through the pelvis, draw the hips towards the sky as you press the earth away. Press the heels back. Take a nice wide stance here. And then inhale as you shift forward over the toes. Make sure that your wrists are stacked under your ankles. Tuck the pelvis. Press the palms into the earth. Option to lower the knees. And bending at the elbows and keeping them close to your side, come all the way down. Bring the palms back by the rib cage. Roll the shoulders back and squeeze the scapula as you lift to cobra. Root it through the pelvis, lift through the heart, and squeeze the scapula in support of looking forward. Tuck the toes and lift up through the kidneys as you draw up towards the sky. Take a few deep breaths here. Look to your hands, come up to your tippy toes, and walk your way up to the top of the mat. Come into a forward fold. Feet are stacked under the hips. Keep the spine long and hinge at the hips as you let the belly hang towards the tops of the thighs. Release your head. Take opposite elbows. Let the weight go to the balls of the feet. Maybe take a little side to side sway. Release the arms as you press the feet in. Slowly start to rise. All the way up. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up towards the sky. And exhale, bring the palms to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. As you go inside, looking towards the past, taking an honest look, and then inhale as you open up. Exhale, step both feet back into a plank. Take a nice deep inhale here. Option to lower the knees or bend at the elbows and come halfway down to chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. Keep the heart forward. Keep the elbows back. Scapula pulled towards the center. Sides of the neck back as you look up. And then exhale, come back to down dog, leading with the kidneys. Inhale and exhale. Step the right foot forward on the next inhale. Let the left knee fall to the earth. Untuck the back foot. Bring both feet to the center, and both hands to the center. And keep the right knee pressed into the right elbow. Getting a nice stretch in the hip flexor. You might want to come down to a block here if you have a block. I'm going to use my bolster because I don't have a block. Just releasing through the heart. Let the heart melt as you squeeze the scapula towards each other. And then slowly press yourself back up, remove any props. Cut the back foot. And walk the hands back over to the square in the front leg, and then drop the back foot down. So from here, bring both hands to the inside and stick the booty back and bring the front body forward. So we're going to almost like a down dog lunge. So you're going to walk your hands out here. Your right knee is still bent, and melt through the heart. Press the floor away. Let the right hip curl underneath and press into the left side of the foot and feel the release in the left hip as you press through the left hand. And then walk the hands back. So keep the booty back and start to straighten the front leg. So notice the more you lean forward and stick your booty back, the easier it is to straighten out that front leg. And then you can walk your hands back over, bring the right hand around, and inhale, reach the left arm up for Trikonasana. Press into the right foot as you straighten through the front leg. Opening your heart, rooted in the pelvis, supported by the past, by the lessons, by the strength that you've gained in moving through what you had to go through. And then release the left hand back down and step back to a down dog. On the next inhale, step the left foot forward. Drop the right knee. Untuck the toe. Bring both hands to the center. Start to ease into this. Let your heart melt and keep the back body, keep awareness in the back body as you come forward. Keep the left knee pinned into the left shoulder. Maybe grab your blocker bolster. Remember to keep the left knee pinned. Remember to keep the heart forward. Remember to breathe. Remove the bolster. Come back up into a lunge. Walk your hands back to frame the front foot. Drop the back foot. Stick the booty back as you walk the hands forward and take that down dog lunge. Root down through the right foot as you scoop the left hip towards the pubic bone. Pressing through the right hand as you get a stretch in that right hip. And then walk the hands back up. Keep the heart forward and the booty back as you start to straighten that front leg. And then you can walk the hands back over Bring the left hand to the other side of the left leg and reach the right arm high for Trikonasana. Scoop the left hip, press down through the right foot. Letting yourself be supported as you reach up and reach the heart forward, welcoming new opportunities, new ideas to flow. And exhale, sweep the right arm back down and step back into a down dog. Inhale to come forward into plank. Exhale, option to lower the knees or take chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. Draw the scapula back, side of the neck back, look up. And exhale, come back to down dog. Three breaths here. Pressing through the finger pads, up through the forearms, lifting through the hips. Tuck the pubic bone towards the sky as you send the heels back and feel that nice stretch in the hamstrings. And then we're going to come down to a child's pose. Bring the knees wide, feet together, send the hips back, and rest the forehead. Going back to our center, to the ground where we were rooted, to the earth, where we do our work, we live our lives, we create. What are you creating? Slowly make your way back into a tabletop. And so from here, come down to your forearms. And we're going to do a prep for headstand. And if you don't have headstand, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You can prep for that. You can start to work on that. If you want to go to a wall, you can go to a wall. That might help if you plan on going upside down. So coming to your forearms, you're going to bring your hands together, crossing the fingers, and then bring the forehead down to the mat. So you don't want the top of the head. You want it to be right around where the forehead meets the crown. And you can rest the crown in the hands. All right? So from here, you really want most of your weight to be in your hands. You don't want to put most of your weight on your head. But your hands are not on the ground either. They're just light, they're supporting the back of your head, okay? So come up. Also, your weight is going to be in your forearms, all right? So you're going to come up to your forearms to dolphin pose. Well, this is dolphin pose. So we'll come up to dolphin pose first. And you can stay here. This could be as far as you go. But if you want to go towards a headstand, walk the toes up. Maybe lift one knee at a time. Maybe just go up halfway first. And this is actually a really good way to start out. And then slowly start to grow the feet tall. Maybe start to play with it a little bit once you get to that point. But if you're not to that point, that's okay. Go to the point that you feel comfortable at without putting too much pressure on your neck or your head. And if you're using the wall, try going up one leg at a time. So when you're in headstand, think about tucking the pelvis. Think about pressing up through the heels, pressing into the earth, and lifting up through the feet. Squeeze mula bun, so squeeze the sex organs, the pelvis towards the center, the navel, and then start to come out of it and slowly and gracefully coming down into a child's pose. Bring the hands together in prayer. Coming back to your center, back to your home. And then start to walk yourself up. And go ahead and find a pillow or a bolster. We're going to do a little breath work here. Some balancing. We balanced on our head. Now we're going to do some balancing in our brain with Nadi Shodhana breath, which is alternate nostril breath. So you want to be sitting with the pubic bone facing the earth. So you're going to have a natural curve in the lumbar spine so that it just unravels as you sit up. So you can bring your left hand to Dhyan Mudra, which is the pointer and the thumb together. You just kind of rest it right here on your leg. And then the right hand is going to be in Vishnu Mudra, which is these two fingers pointed. We did this last week if you took the class, but you're just going to gently place one on the right nostril, as we're going to take one inhale, press it on the right nostril, exhale through the left, inhale through the left, press the other side, exhale through the right. And we'll repeat that for about 2 minutes. And start with an inhale, Vishnu Mudra, exhale to the left. Gently close the eyes. Rest the gaze on the third eye. Equal inhale and exhale. Balancing out the masculine, feminine, the yin and the yang. Helping us find that place of equanimity. So that we may see clearly in both directions. The past, the present, and the future. Take a deep inhale through both nostrils. And hold it at the top. Squeeze in everything. Squeeze up through the pelvis, through the navel. Tuck the chin. Relax the shoulders. And release. Just breathe normal for a few moments. Keep the eyes gently closed. Just notice. If there's any sensations you're feeling, any noise or sounds around you. And now we'll move into the restorative portion of class. And we did a similar pose last week. This one we're going to add, this time we're going to add to it a little bit with our props. So find your chair, you can bring it closer, bring it on your mat. And it's cold where a lot of y'all are, so I'm doing this with y'all in mind. So you're going to bring a blanket, or like I got this pillow chair, I'm just going to hang it on the back of the chair. And then I'm going to bring another one to make a little soft bed for my feet. And I can put my little feet underneath here. And so then you're going to take your strap and wrap it around the chair. By the way, this pose is called Maui Reset. So it's a really good pose to just restore and reset your whole central nervous system. So you'll bring the strap around, if you have a strap, or tie it, however you attach it. Keep it loose because you're going to tighten it up once you put your feet in there. And so then you're going to take your bolster and bring it right here. Kind of, you're going to have your with your butt on this part, but it's not going to be hanging off. So you might have to adjust it a little bit based on how long your legs are. For me, I have to scoot it back a little bit because my legs are long. So you're just going to lay your spine down alongside the back of this bolster and slip your feet underneath the strap, into the chair. And then tighten the strap. I'm going to cover my feet up. And then you're just going to lay out on your bolster. You can let your arms come up in a T. You can lay on a little pillow if you want to. But your heart should be open, your back should be supported. And when you find that place that you can just let go, close your eyes, and let your body just take a total reset. Just letting yourself be in the present moment. connected to the past and the future, but rooted in the present. Letting yourself be in this place that there is no distinction between space and time. Just a fullness of everything, of being, of all that is, all that was, and all that will be. Go ahead and start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Take one foot at a time out of the strap. Set your feet on the earth. Roll off your bolster to one side, onto your side. Maybe cradle your head for a moment, keeping your eyes closed. And then start to come up to a seated position. Keep the eyes half masked. Just notice how you feel. And I'm going to leave you with this quote from James Beard, who's an African-American poet, novelist, just a really amazing writer. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. So bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra, and we're going to close with one Om. We'll take a deep breath in, and then we'll Om together. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a happy Friday.